Hi, Angela. Thank you so much for coming on to talk today about the revival of the Women Loving Women Retreat.
Thank you so much for making the time, the space. I really appreciate your talent and your time and effort.
Thank you. Thank you. So let's just jump right in. I heard you had an interesting story about how you came to the mountain.
Yeah, I back in 2008, it was a pretty low place. I had two little kids, and my relationship had ended, and I was in a pretty dark place. And on a Monday, I met this woman who had just come from her first Shalom Retreat, and she had an air about her. And the only thing she said at the time was the people were nice, and it was a beautiful location. And I walked away from that conversation with her and I went to the calendar, and that Thursday was a Women Loving Women retreat. And something I did that I did not do at the time ever, I impulsively called the mountain, signed up, canceled out the rest of my work week, and literally got in the car and drove up to a place where people are nice.
Oh, what an incredible story. That's an incredible story. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. And it is that place of like really trusting the process. Like it wasn't something I had a lot of experience in. And I literally just had this experience and I trusted.
Yeah. Yeah. Incredible.
Yeah,
Wonderful. So tell us about the Women Loving Women retreat. Tell us what this looks like.
absolutely. So following the traditional Shalom process, it was my entryway into Shalom. It felt important to me at that time. I'm not sure I would have leaned in or stepped into a space in which I didn't have a sense of some sort of security and safety. And so yeah, I felt like, this was an opening for me. And as queer women, we are often defined by others rather than being in safe spaces in which we define ourselves. And so, Women Loving Women is a space for queer and questioning women to come together to explore our power, our passion, our healing in community and in celebration of each other.
Wonderful. Beautiful. And why now? So Women Loving Women has been around for a while, but it sort of fell off the retreat schedule. Why is it being revived now?
Partially me. This has been something that was really important to me. It's the first retreat I went to. It was the only retreat I would go to for years and years. And that feels important. It feels important to have a space dedicated to queer and questioning women. And I've been championing it and having conversations about it. And so, I think there's a place in which it's an old community. The Women Loving Women was established 25 years ago, and there are folks that were a big part of founding it and keeping together. And so our hope is this intimate lab, this space, hopefully about 9 to 10 participants, myself leading the mat work and LJ Winnan being there in support. Our hope is that people who are known to the Women Loving Women community can sign up, as well as other people with the mountain and people that may be newer to this work, all will feel called to be in a space dedicated to queer and questioning women.
Yeah, that sounds all of that sounds wonderful. The intimate group, that laboratory, that sounds really appealing. The mountain in January, little
Yeah,
cocoon
yeah.
action happening. Yeah, very cool. It also sounds like this revival of the retreat, it's really open and inviting, welcoming, let's say, to folks who have been part of the community for many years, people new to the mountain, and people like you who this could be their first retreat.
Absolutely, absolutely. Our call or ask is does this call to you? It's an opportunity to come in together again in an intimate space, participating in the work, being in connection with other, being at the mountain at what I feel like is a magical time of the year. That was my first entryway was in January as well. So it's like the cocooning of the winter, the coming together and coming together in this space with intentionality.
That's beautiful. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Angela. For folks who are listening, If your interest was sparked by this conversation, by the Women Loving Women Retreat, the link to sign up will be somewhere around this video, and I urge you to take a closer look. Angela, thank you for making the time and sharing your story with us.
Thank you so much, Alexis. I appreciate it.
All right, talk to you later.